We don't do Sanchin Kata in our style of karate, but it was one of the first katas that I learned when I started in 1978 because I began in Goju Ryu. So I'm going to kind of go through this kata. I do not teach it with that kind of stuff in it, mostly because my research has shown me that breathing in that kata is fine. Excessive dynamic tension is dangerous, so I don't teach it that way in my dojo. We do it more for health benefit, inhaling, exhaling. That being said, we do tighten our hara as we throw our punches, so you'll see the stomach will actually pull up and down, pull up and down. That's part of your understanding your ki, or your internal energy. So this is Sanchin. I'm doing this for my students. This is the way that I learned it, and I will kind of pass it on. I have never stopped doing this kata. I just don't do that stuff with I'm going to explode my head. I personally don't agree with that, mostly because I've heard the stories, I've heard the medical references to it and how dangerous that is. So we don't do that. We just inhale and exhale with our hara. Okay? And like I said, I do it more for health reasons. So it starts here, right? Say Sanchin. Hands come up, toes go out, heels go out as you pull. You're going to step into Sanchin Dachi and take a deep breath. And then chamber the left. And remember, tight here. Step. And you notice this kata is slow. Step. And then you're going to set the hand underneath. You're going to pivot and rotate, ending up left leg forward. Execute your block and chamber and punch all at the same time. You're going to step. Now one more time underneath the elbow. Same thing as before. Pivot, block, chamber punch, and set. That's a breathing. Okay? Step. Now we're going to do that 5 times. And on this one, you leave that arm out. Okay? And then you're basically going to put your hands down. And then breathe. And breathe all the way out, tightening your heart. Again. Then you step back, left hand goes up, right hand covers underneath, rotate to the shoulders and the hip, and breathe. Then set your hands, inhale, breathe out, 3. And right. And then when you get done with that kata, I always recommend people to relax. One of the things about Sanchin Kata, if you study it and you work it too much, you're going to need to intake a lot of water because it burns off a lot of that. It also, that hard technique that we do, where you're throwing those punches, you're here, okay, and you do this, that teaches our body how to compress, to take hits. That's kind of the purpose of that. But it also is expellation of negative energy. So as you're doing this kata, you can do it in a meditative state where you're breathing and you're exhaling, thinking all your bad things, all your negatives. You got a cold, got flu, got sickness, got something wrong with you, and you get rid of it. And setting down, okay? There's some finer details in that kata that I do teach my students that I learned, but we're not going to go into those in video. We do those in our class. Sanchin Kata is not a Shorin Kata, Shorin-ryu or Shurite Kata, but it was at one time. I believe that they got rid of it because people were adding too much drama and dramatic stuff into there with that, and all, and their head looked like it was going to explode. But I've heard rumors that there were a few higher ranks or a few older people that passed away doing this kata because it popped in and caused the aneurysm. So we don't do it that way in my dojo, and I will not teach it that way. I preserve this kata because it's one of the first katas I learned when I started in 1978, and I want my students to have something from back when I was a little kid in karate. Anyway, that's Sanchin Kata, and thank you guys for watching. Got questions on it, hit me up at the dojo. Talk to you later.